Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make 500% return on your investment per year, or maybe even more. So this is with the Decenomy coins. Decenomy comes basically out of Yieldnodes, has become a whole thing by itself here now, and we have already invested something before, but in today's video we're going to show you all the different Decenomy coins. Going to show you the exchanges where you can go and buy the first coins, and then we're going to show you also a couple of different income streams that you will be able to have doing this. So let's have a closer look at it. So opportunity for up to 3 income streams, and this is basically per coin. So one of the options that you have for these coins is staking, which normally requires a wallet. That means you lock in your money you have there. You cannot spend this or move it around. Staking normally works best if you have a lot of money in there, a bit more than just 500 or 1,000 euros. It won't always do it, so it requires a lot. And it depends from coin to coin exactly how much a lot is. Yeah, so that becomes very technical. We're going to cover a bit more on the Masternode, where you have either you can have your own, which again requires a substantial amount of money. Sometimes we are talking about 20 or 30,000 up to 50 or 60. All depends on the amount of coins and the price for them. So, but there's another option, and that is the shared Masternode, where you can go in with very limited amounts. And the good part of this is also that you can actually take the money out if you need it again fairly quickly. They are not locked in for a certain period of time like you have with staking, for example. A lot of places, or similar to what you have in the banks, you have to tie it down for 6 or 9 months, and also Yieldnodes is similar. For when you invest in this, your initial investment is locked for the first 6 months. So not here. This is great news. And the last part of the opportunity to create extra income is actually the coin price that over time hopefully will go up. There's always a chance, obviously, that they will burn and crash, but the Decenomy and the whole team behind Yieldnodes, we have a lot of confidence in them. So we have seen what they've done in the past, and that's also why we're doing this video, to make sure that other people can actually have an opportunity and show them how this can be done. So in recent weeks and months here, we have covered this sort of extensively over our news report also, where the Decenomy and the Hype Exchange became partners. And the Hype Global Trading is where the Hype Coin Exchange is trading under. So the exchange is open for all countries at the moment without any restrictions. And there's also a couple of other, like Birec and Heliobank, that has added SAP pairs against all the Decenomy coins. So you can basically mix and match the different Decenomy coins, which makes it a lot easier to move your coins around, and you now have multiple places to put them in your exchange if you don't want to necessarily have a wallet. So these videos and the playlist is in the same place as this one is, so go and have a look at it. It's a good start. So the Decenomy coins, Birec, Heliobank and Hype Coin Exchange cover all the Decenomy pairs. There's a couple of other ones that are also covering this now, and we will show you this as we go along in this video. We are setting up with Birec, and we will also show you exactly how it's done, what needs to happen in order to get your first coins and start making a profit. So we had a closer look at it, and we'll show you exactly the 3 exchanges. So this is just a screenshot of yesterday's setup, and Hypecoin doesn't really have much of a flow through the exchange at the moment, so that's why we haven't chosen those. When you look at the Elio exchange, then this looks very similar to what we have on Birec. You can also see that some of the buy and sell orders in there is actually similar. So and the whole setup is also very much the same. There's a few more buy and sell here and there, and it goes up and down. We've seen more on Byrack at one point than there's been on Hello Bank, and vice versa. So, but it looks like a lot of the numbers are the same. So we will go in and show you how to actually set yourself up and start buying the first coins. So the videos that we previously done was done with SAP, and this actually came out of Yieldnodes when they back in June, July publicized that you could now also get your Yieldnodes profits out instead of just in Bitcoin. You could get it out in Sapphire, SAP coins. We did that straight away, and we have done these ranges of videos to show you what you can actually get out of this apart from the original investment in Yieldnodes. So this was the setup of the SAP wallet, and you can go and have a look at that if you haven't done this yet. The other part was the start of the staking and the Masternode sharing. So that will also give you a good insights to as what we're talking about here today. Staking again, we didn't do so well with Sapphire simply because we didn't have enough money in there, and we gave up after I think a month's time back then. And after that we have been on the Masternode sharing, and that has done quite well for us, and that is actually the third video we have in here. So at the time, I think this was a couple of months in, and we made 75% on this particular one. And again, this was a combination of the coin price and also the percentage that you made on the Masternoding. So these are great opportunities, and there's plenty more out there. So we had a look at ihostmn, and obviously, as always, all the links will be below in the description, and I'll show you them. But just for the sake of it, we have taken all the Decenomy coins and put them in one place here. In total, there's actually 14. So, and you can see individual ones. This is a print screen of the shared Masternoding, and it also shows you the return on investment currently. This will go up and down as we go along here. You can see Sapphire SAP is the top left-hand side, and at the moment it's in the mid-60s. It used to be down in the 40s, and at one point it jumped even over 100%. So, and below there's a bunch of icons where you can then go in and have a closer look at the individual sites. You can also go there and download the individual wallets. So these are separate wallets at the moment, which is mostly used for staking. So if you have an exchange, you can obviously put the money in there, and you don't have to download all the different wallets. Then again, all these coins here, they have different ways of use. For example, Sapphire is one where you can go in, you can buy your Netflix through this, and you also have an opportunity to take some of your profits in SAP and then buy sort of a gift card back into Yieldnodes. So they have different opportunities, some for shopping, some other ones for other great stuff. And if you're into it, you really need to have a look at it. I'm not going to cover all of these. There's simply too many different opportunities with all the coins here. Most probably the first one we'll do is the PNY here. So this looks quite interesting, and I'll explain to you that once we get to the site itself. So as we said, there's 14 Decenomy coins, and on the ihostmn site, and it basically ranged from when we had to look at it here from 65%, which was actually the SAP that you just saw here, up to just over 500%, and this was for the Saga. So there is plenty of opportunities to be had here, and that's what we're going to have a closer look at. We're going to have a look at exactly how you can get yourself started, which coins you can have a look at, and all the information is on the ihostmn site. With a few clicks you get a lot of information. So let's go there and let's have a closer look, and from there on you can basically copy any setup of the coins, which ones having your fancy. Okay, so we are now logged into ihostmn site, and this is the Masternode hosting. This particular one is for a full Masternode, and as you can see, there is a large range of different coins all the way through. So this particular one is the Masternode, so a full Masternode. If you want to go into this, so it will tell you, if we take this particular one, first of all, it will tell you the monthly that you have to pay. And this says again, this is a Decenomy coin. So the different type of coin that you have, and then the required for the masternoding, and that has to be exact. How many masternodes are hosted currently. And then you have the announcement channels, and you have the websites here. So you have the Discords and different communications, so that you can follow up on your coins and the community. So the setup and the sites are similar. You can see that some doesn't have this and other do. So this particular case, as we said again, large entry sums, and it's most probably not for most of us. Myself here also is on the shared masternoding. And again, it basically the same setup. Here there's just been nice to tell you the roughly average return on investment for each individual coin that you have here. So which obviously helps, which ones you want to have a closer look at. In this particular case, here we have Sapphire at the moment, so that we have invested in. And again, you have your announcement channels here also for when you want to download the wallets. So let's have a closer look. But as we wanted to try a new coin, and at the moment it's at 471%, sounds very interesting. And all you have to do is basically click the link here. So then it will tell you a bit of details on the shared deposits. So at the moment, with the buying and selling within this particular site here also, and a bit of the trading history. So if you want to have a closer look on the coins itself, you have to go up at the top right hand corner here. So this will then tell you the Masternode statuses at the moment. And it will also tell you the coin development. As you can see, it took a bit of a jump, and then it fell down to the previous level, and now it looks to have a good progress. So over time, and most probably is following a bit the Bitcoin development we have here too. So if we can get a good development on a coin, and at the same time also manage to get a couple of 100% on top of this, that will definitely be great news. The other thing you'll see down here on this particular site is we just went through, as you can see, we have Byrick here, but you also have Chris24 and a couple of other exchanges that carry this coin. So if you are not into the ones that we mentioned in the beginning here, you simply click the individual links. It will take you to the exchanges there. So, and from there on, yeah, you go in and buy the coins, and that's what we're going to do in just a second. A quick look behind here. So if we want to do this again, the main part, if you want to know something about the coins, you put on the website here. And it'll then, most of the coins here will tell you, as I said, the setup is a bit different. So there's so many different coins, so many different types of setups, which is simply impossible to cover in videos. So it's up to you. Have a look at the research, see if you're comfortable with it, figure out which ones will work for you. And here it just tells you again, the block times is normally 60 seconds, yeah. So, and the Masternode rewards currently that's being provided. And this coin has been developed since 14th of February 2021, so fairly new. And down here we have the interesting part. You can download the wallet in Windows, and you can do it in Linux here, again for the Mac. And you also have a grid top that you can download. So these are the options, and already there it's a good help. It tells you a bit on the Masternoding coin and also feedback on the reward data. And then again it highlights the exchanges currently that it's on. And this is not even all of them as you've seen here. Yeah. So the partners that are involved, and that's pretty much it. So that way you know everything about the coin in a short period of time, and then it's up to you which ones you want to buy, which ones you want to try. And in this particular case today, yeah, we're gonna go for the PNY and try and set that one up. But for that we need to go to the exchange first to make sure we put some money over there. And the only thing we need from this particular site is gotta go back in here, and once we set it up we need to have a wallet, and we need to link that wallet together with the exchange, and from there on it should be fairly easy. So let's go to the exchange and set it up, do the KYC, and see if we can get this done in a hurry. So the first part you will meet here now that you're with Byrack is you have to create the account for it. So you'll meet this particular site, and it says account name. So you put whatever account name you want to have in there. Then you add your email address that you want to use. And then the site itself has generated a password for you. And there's also a copy section over here, because as you can see it's a very long one and a complicated one that most probably nobody can remember. And then you confirm the password down here. There's a range of warnings when you do this, and you have to click that you understand that you will lose access to the funds if you lose your password. So by all means either take a screenshot of this and print it out, keep it somewhere, or also put a electronic copy and encrypt it, so at least you have it. They want to make sure you understand that no one can recover it if the password is forgotten or lost. So again, very, very important. And you mark also that you've written it down, or otherwise stored the password. So they want to make sure that you don't lose that one, because otherwise you have no access to your money anymore and it can't help you. So make sure you have that done straight away, and then you can create your accounts. And from there on we have to go and do the KYC. So let's go and do that. So we have now access to the Byrack exchange, and we're going to start off in the top right hand corner where you should have your username. And if you click the wallet, you'll see that there's nothing there right now. So obviously we need to make some changes first. So we start off with the verification part. So from there on you click the login, and you have your account name and your password. You basically copy paste that one over. You choose the login site, and then you do the verification. So that means that the identity proof, and these are what is accepted, and the same with the proof of address. You click the two links down here that you do agree, and then you start your KYC. And in the KYC form here, you fill in your first name, last name, email, phone number, nationality, and then you have to verify your email address. So you need to click this one here, so send verification token, and you'll receive an email, and you basically copy paste that section in here. After that, you choose the individual files for the ID card, so your front, your back, your proof of residency with either utility bill, bank statement, internet bill, TV bill, whatever you have. And then on the last part, you do a selfie with your ID document, and you have a little white paper basically saying Byrack and today's date, and you upload all these documents. You click I'm not a robot, and then you submit the data. So let's do that, and we'll be right back. So what would have happened now is that you have submitted all your documents, you click the last part, and basically it will now tell you that it's under review. So you should have a similar picture like I have here on the web page. And you should also have received the email that basically tells you that the data has been received, the form has been filled in, and they are now looking at the data, and they will get back to us very shortly. So once you cleared the KYC, it's basically a matter of, well, you can put your money in while you're waiting. So let's have a quick look at that. What you have to do up here is you have to show the market. And in this particular case, you have a couple of tabs opening up, and let's try USDT to start off with. And it will tell you that USDT you can exchange into Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and these are basically the coins that are interchangeable on this exchange. Under special, not really familiar with those, so I'll leave them to it. Then we have SAP, and this is basically all the Decenomy coins that you have here, and you'll actually notice there's 16 here compared to the 14 we had on the ihostmn. So in this particular case, we have already highlighted and marked PNY, and you can exchange in between now here the PNY and the SAP, and these are basically the exchange. So you have the buy, the sell orders, and you can fill it in below here. But in this particular case, we are not using any of our SAP to buy the coins here. So what we'll do is we'll have to go in and use the BTC. And again, we have highlighted SAP and PNY. So in this particular case, if you want to go in and buy SAP, you again highlight it and you get the particular price for this time around. And the PNY one will have the price here, and again buy orders, sell orders, and in this particular case we need to go down here once we have transferred our Bitcoin. So so in between the Decenomy coins you can exchange them, but if you want to add or buy without using any of the other coins, by the looks of it here, you basically need Bitcoin to do this. So and once you have enough, you can then exchange them as you go along. So let's put some Bitcoin in here and buy a few coins. So the way we do this is we basically go back up to the deposit withdrawal, and then we have Bitcoin here, and we say we want to deposit, and basically you get your Bitcoin address, which is here. You copy that one over from whatever exchange that you have, and then we wait for it to come in. You just have to make sure that you have a minimum fee. So again here, so locate it, and you also have a minimum deposit, but we should be well over that, so otherwise it will be lost. So just take note of this again. So but this is when you transfer very small amounts, and it shouldn't really apply to us in this particular case. So let's move some Bitcoin. So our Bitcoin have come in. We transferred 0.0087 Bitcoin. So now it's time to buy in to the coins. We go back to the exchange up here. So it's already set up, but just in case, we go to show market up here. We take BTC Bitcoin and then PN Yankee for this particular one, and that's it. We hide the market, and in this particular case we want to buy and somebody wants to sell here, and obviously this is the highest price that we have currently. So and then it ranges down. So this is currently the lowest price we have, and we say, okay, we want to match this particular one, and we want to match it with that amount of Bitcoin so that we currently have in the wallet. So the price is what you see here. So 7609, that's what he set up. We have one more digit here. The quantity that we're going to get is 1143. Total Bitcoin is everything we have in here, and the market fee is about this much. And because we are only buying a small part of what he's offering here, then we click the buy button. In this particular case, it tells us, okay, this is currently the price between the PNY and Bitcoin, and sell for this much on the Bitcoin. Got to buy at least that particular much, so that's okay. And the time, and we confirm. And we have placed the order to sell this one. And let's see if that has gone through. We check our wallet, and you can now see that our wallet, we have 0 Bitcoin in here, and we have now received the PNY at the price, and this is just the price that it has gone up. So the initial value, and then here exactly is what we have. We have the send, deposit, withdraw, and that's the next part we need to do. So what is going to happen next is we have to go back to ihostmn, and if we just have a look here, so again we are in on this particular site. So let's go back to Masternode sharing for a sec. We push the PNY, and now we get the deposit address. So we click deposit address, and what we have to do in order to get the deposit address is we have to enter the PNY withdrawal address. After you set the withdrawal address, the deposit address will show up. So that is the section. So what you have to do is you go here and you say if you want to deposit in the future. So for this particular one, that is the deposit address, this one here, and that means you copy the deposit address, you go back to Masternode, and you copy paste that address in here. So you set the withdrawal address confirmation. Are you sure you want to use this one here? So you can always check PBLA in the beginning and ends on with NECBU2. And if we want to be sure, so it says PBLA and BU2, okay. So the full part has been done, and we say yes, we would like that. And now it has successfully been set up. And you can see you have now a deposit address that this one here is the one from our exchange. And if we want to deposit now what we have in the exchange, it's the deposit address up here that you need to copy. So you basically copy the address here, and again you gotta read the front and back to make sure that you copied everything over. You go back to the exchange here, and we go to our wallet, and we basically want to do a withdrawal, and we want to do the full balance. So click the button below to open the P1I withdrawal. We hit the withdrawal now button, amount to withdraw. This is what we have available, the gateway fee that we have, and we also need to provide down the address. So we have to copy paste that one over. So for the available amount, we basically click on the top here and we get the full amount to this. Gateway fee is set, and the withdrawal address again PNX, and this is the deposit address. And after this we basically click withdraw. And then please confirm transaction. Again, so the quantity that we have and the memo message. And if you are in doubt, so the PNX and the QRH, you go back again to this particular one, so PNX, QRH, and say, okay, this is the deposit address, it will come in here. So we are sure that this is in place, and this is not like any other bank account. If you get this wrong, then the money is lost forever. Yeah, so you got to be very careful with this. You confirm, and now it's basically just a matter. So this one has transformation has been sent, okay, and it's now in your history, so you can see it here. And then we got to wait a bit in order to get to the BNY Masternode sharing, and it will show up shortly. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes for that, and then we'll put things to work. So it's been less than 10 minutes since we were on ihostmn last, and as you can see, the money is now in 1142. They automatically go to work. The way it works again is, in this particular case, for the information you have over here on the left hand side, it basically states that it needs 6 confirmations, and confirmations is normally around a minute. And after that it will start, and you can now see already it looks like it started, because it's now given us a share so of the masternode, so 0.04% of a masternode. So then we have the estimated deposit value, so at 470, and then the estimated daily earnings, which is just below 6 euros, and then the estimated monthly earnings, so which comes in at 179, almost 180. Just for your advice also, I did a quick calculation, because wanted to transfer $600 over to this. It for some reason just came back a little short, so we didn't exchange the whole thing, but only 595. So that went basically from a USDT into Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin over to BNY. And at the end of the day, the 470 euros should be equivalent to $545. So the whole transaction, this is crypto, so there's a lot of fees every single time you move the coins around, but luckily we make it up quite quickly again. So in this particular case, it cost around $50. So to do this transaction over the 2 times, obviously we could have done it a bit slower, we could have waited on the prices, but this is more a tutorial how to do this in the future, and you can obviously do that with every single coin that you have. So you must sort of counter in also that there's fees of normally 5, or in this case 10%. So but as you can see, the fees again will be paid up very quickly. So with monthly earnings of 180 euros, it's not going to take more than a week or 10 days, and you will have that covered. Plus, hopefully, you will have more interest from your coins going up, and also your shared masternode. And there you have it. That's basically the way how you get started in shared masternode, or for that matter, a masternode. You can do staking also. Just go through step by step, get your wallet, get it set up. But unfortunately, there is simply too many different ways of doing this for every single coins. So today, the shared masternode, you basically copy paste that into any of the other Decenomy coins, and that should work for you. So I hope that this has given you a good insights to, as it's not too difficult to get started with the shared masternode, and it's a sure way of trying to spread out your risk. So try and invest in a couple of coins. We are doing that, as we see the coins are looking good and are going in the right direction. And I hope you can do the same, and by all means send us an email of your experiences and how you found this video, if you could follow it from A to Z basically. So we hope so, and we wish you a lot of good profits, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.